Welcome to the Music Empire, guys, and I hope by the grace of God your day is going well. So we are here today with another lesson about our local praise episodes, and the purpose of this episode is to really enhance our local praise and high life play at church or wherever we find ourselves. We are really enhancing our style of play. We don't want to be static with our play. So by God's grace, every week we learn something new that we can add to our style of play. Okay, and in this week I come to take a look at something very interesting. Yeah, so as usual we will be in the key of F, then we will take it to the other keys as well. Okay, but before we even start this lesson, I want to thank all of you who have been giving me these wonderful comments under the videos that we upload. Yeah, it really inspires and encourages us, okay, to even do more. Yes, but there's one comment that I want to talk on, and I believe it will help all of us, because by the end of this video I will address that issue. And it's from Caleb Texan, and it says, please, if I want to learn Ghana praises, any advice and methods for me? I believe most of us here will be very delighted if there will be a series on it. Yes, there will definitely be a series on it. So for now, we are doing this in short episodes. Yes. So for the advice and the methods, by the end of the video, I'll give some advice and methods on this Ghana praise play. Okay. So let's start with today's lesson. And you know, every week we learn something new, right? For example, we take a look at the dominant scale and how we can use a dominant scale to spice up the praises. Today, I come to take a look at something funny. I don't even have a specific name for this, but some people call it a duet and all that. It's basically, see, this is the major chord, right? This is the F major chord. So we will take away this one. We take away the first note, and now it will be left with these two, the one and the third. So yeah, there's an interval of a third. Now we are coming to play the major scale of F with just these two. So instead of doing, I come to do this. Very good. So it's something I want you to practice on your own. This is not difficult at all. It's just like playing the major scale, but you're adding the third to it. Okay. Yeah, so the first thing is an exercise I want you to do, and afterwards play it again, but this time using the dominant seventh instead of the major seventh. Do you remember we learned the dominant scale, right? And then we know the importance of this note, the tor instead of the T in Ghana praise and high life, right? The relevance of it. So we are coming to play the same scale again, but this time we will include this one, not this guy. So then, okay, so practice this one too. Instead of playing the T, play the tor instead. Yeah. Now I'll show you a couple of things we can do a whole lot of wonderful things in Ghana praise and high life with this simple and funny way of playing the major scale. Okay, I'm coming to show you various ways that I apply what we just did in Ghana praise at church or high life music. A typical example is this. Okay, now what I've done here is not really part of the major scale, but it's still with the same idea in mind. This time I've added a minor third. You see, the most important thing here is what we are playing only two notes. Yeah, that's the whole emphasis of this lesson. We are playing only 2 notes. So whatever I play, you will see that I'm just playing just 2 notes. Okay, so a typical example. So this is what you are coming to do for today's lesson, right? And it's very simple. Yeah. So you see, at the first glance, these stuffs don't make sense until they are applied, right? So let's learn it first, and then we apply it in our Ghanaian praise songs as usual, like how we do. It's on the 1. This one is basically on the 1, okay, or on your do. Anytime there is a do in a song, that's what you do. So the first one, the first note that I have is the mi and the so, or the 3 and the 5. Then you go to the fi and the la, or the flat 5 and the 6. So then come back to the mi and the so again. So then come to the mo and the fi, or the minor 3rd and then the flat 5. Okay, then back to this guy. So it means the focus is on this guy, the mi and the so, right? But we are playing around it, so it's like we are going back and forth around it. So that's the whole trick here, or that's the whole idea behind this. We are going back and forth around this guy. So very good. Now let me show you how it can be applied and how nice it becomes when you apply it. Remember, this is just an application of what we just did, not learning an entire song. Okay, and as usual, I come to use our regular Audacity and the rest, and then we apply it inside. You see, so that's your do. So when praises is about to start, or let's say there's an offering and then there's Highlife, and then the person says, "Give me F," instead of playing for the person to start like what we do in our churches, you can just go. So instead of playing, because this is too raw. Yeah, very good. So let's see.
Hallelujah. 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 Yeah, that's hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, that's hallelujah. Hallelujah. So Rabafotonyo, what you said. Hallelujah. Anopa ebiya nianaju.
You see how I'm applying them, and then you can even take it to other keys. Now maybe let's go to G. So it's what it's centered around the mi and the so, right? So in the key of G, that's how it should be like. Then the mo and the fi, right? Now I really believe you will sit down and take it across a lot of the keys. So let's take a look at it in the key of G as well. Let's see.
Suruya woody, assassin ya woody, all in your right is so. Oh, Suruya woody, assassin ya woody, all in your right is so.
You see, so we have been able to apply it in the key of G as well. So now we take it to the rest of the keys. We can even start from C. Normally, that's what I do personally. Like I told you, this is what I do, and then it became part of me. So you can take it to C, start from C. Then at least you maybe sing some songs to yourself, and then you put it inside. This is very easy. This is one of the easiest movements or licks we have ever done since we started this local praise episodes, right? Then you take it to C sharp. Okay, so you take it to C sharp. They come to D. Try. I know D is very difficult for a lot of people. Okay, they come to E flat. Then you just apply it there. Okay, all the keys. I mean, all the keys. Good. Now to answer the question of Caleb Texan, any advice and methods? I believe most of us here will be very, very delighted if there will be a series on it. Yes, for the series part, I've already said a series will come. So for now, we are just learning these small stuff. Okay, that we do every day. So for the advice, let me put it this way. You see, one fortunate thing about Ghanaian music is that it's not difficult. In fact, compared to foreign gospel songs, what we call foreign gospel songs, Ghana praise and Highlife generally are not difficult. You see, and it's presented in two ways. Where there's a bass guitarist, and then you are playing. So if there's a bass guitarist, what we do is we play with our left hand. We play chords on both left hand and right hands, right? So the trick here is the left hand maintains a constant timing. We don't play it like this. No, there's what we locally call the chopping or the comping. See, and then we maintain a constant timing with what the drummer is doing, and then the right hand expresses itself in diverse ways. Okay. Now, if there's no bass guitarist, then obviously you have to play the bass guitar with your left hand. That's why you have to learn how to play bass lines, at least some basic bass lines. We'll be doing that as part of these episodes as well. Okay. So from here we build it up with unique techniques that you come up with yourself, and then you can develop these techniques by listening to people who are ahead of you, right? Wherever you find yourself, whether at church or on YouTube or everywhere else, you find people who are ahead of you, and then with this Fado, Sodo, or 4151, you listen attentively to what they are adding to it to make it different, and then pick the ones that you can learn and then add it to yours, right? Oh yes, and that is exactly why these episodes are there. So I take it that we all know the basic way of playing Odasini, but what can I add to Odasini to make it different? Okay, or listen to live bands and then pick these things. So from the beginning, I was listening to live bands and all those things, and I got some experience to a certain level, and then I realized that with this experience and what I know, I'm able to create things on my own. And I come and share some with you guys. Some of the things I share with you are stuff I heard from maybe a song somewhere, and then by virtue of my experience, the application became very clear to me. Okay, that is why we have learned this technique today. So the question you ask yourself is, how can I put this thing in Jehovah you are the Most High? This simple technique. That's what you have to watch out for. So you see, this is just so this is just a demonstration of what we have learned, and then how I'm able to apply it in. So that's why you have to challenge yourself. So pick all these little things that we have been doing in the episode. Last week, I remember we learned something like this. Right, so how can I put it in? And then we got this lick from the dominant scale. Right? And then the more you listen to songs, you will see that, oh, somebody has also played something using the dominant scale, which is different from what I know. Then you add it to yours. So I will encourage you to listen to songs and listen to local songs. Listen to local songs. You'll always be getting feels from it. And then by virtue of your experience and as you grow up, you'll be able to use the little that you know diversely. So for now, I just encourage you to keep watching and listening and watching and listening. Yeah, by God's grace, I'm here, and then we are learning something new every week. So pick it up, and then try to put it in other songs. Keep challenging yourselves. Okay. But as for the series on like an intensive series on praises, after the worship one has been released, the praise one will follow, and then the worship one will be released very soon. Like I always say, good things or quality things really do take time, you see, in order for it to appear. And when it comes out, you will understand the reason why it took so long for us to do this. Okay, so we are ending today's lesson here. God richly bless you, and let's meet in our next lesson. So I've seen that some of you guys have made a request on playing Great is Thy Faithfulness, so it will soon appear on this channel. Okay, so God richly bless you, and then let's meet in our next lesson.